Good morning and welcome to week 3 on the Razzball Fantasy Football YouTube show. We have your start, sit questions and more. Have a trade question, have a start, sit question for week 3 and beyond. This is the place to get it done. Let's hit to kickoff on week 3 on the Razzball Fantasy Football show. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. You've already heard from my buddy Matt Styles. I am your host, Sky Guasco. You can find me on X at Sky Guasco, SkyGuasco. Matty Styles is there at Styles08. Jefferson Keysar as well, repping the Texas Tech University. Jefferson _ Juice 1. Davey Cruz in the bottom at Cruiser128, and Derek Favret as well, Derek _ Favret. A lot of great college football yesterday, a.k.a. JV football. We're into the varsity this evening under the lights. Very excited for week 3. We have some fun baseball going on as well. Last week we had a question, what's up with all the baseball hats? Tis the season, we're having a good time. We do have all of your questions live right here on the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. And we got a lot of our regulars in already. Jeff, Jets fan, Bill Dino, any of others coming in, Mando. So feel free to drop in your questions and we'll get to all of them this morning up until kickoff. Before then, we're going to introduce the panel and, of course, kick off with our week 3 pick-up. Just in case we need an inflation of Matt Styles' ego, I will start off by telling everybody that he is so far leading the pack in the first 2 weeks with a balmy 24-5 record. I promise you, when you turn on NFL Network and you turn on ESPN, great friends of the show, no shade at all, of course, you're going to see all the expert panelists putting in their pick-ems from the last 2 weeks, and they may or may not be as good as this panel here. Just throwing that out there. Matt Styles leading the pack at 24-5. I have rigged the system behind the scenes to bump myself up to 21-8. That's second place. Then we got Davey at 20-9, and we have Jeff and Derek at 19-10 and 18-11, respectively. So we're going to get into week 3 picks. Gentlemen, let's go around the horn one time here. Something you're excited about in week 3. Give me a player, give me a team, give me a scenario, give me a rookie, give me a veteran, give me a personal fantasy football roster situation, anything you'd like. Before we get to the pick'em style, I'll let you kick it off. Good morning, everyone. Let's have some fun.
Always nice to be in first place. I doubt it will be in first place after week 3. I had a little fun with my picks. For me this week, it's let's see what backup quarterbacks can do for wide receivers.
Is that a Mariota text?
No, that's a Carson Wentz text.
Ooh, whoa, left field. Shout out Dakotas. I'd like to see that. Let's see Carson Wentz bounce back. A lot of these guys had about at least a week or 2 of good flame here in the NFL. That'll be fun. Jake Browning should be a good time as well. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning. I'm on cloud 9, the Red Raiders. We're a wagon in college football. Just wait. That's everybody. Right. We're a wagon.
Nice. Google Mike Crabtree, Texas Tech highlights. It's a good time.
Stud.
Dave, good morning. Go ahead.
My one player for today, I'm looking forward to Tet McMillan having a huge day. AJ Terrell is out for the Falcons, who'd be shadowing him. So I think high scoring affair. I think Tet will be a top 10 receiver this week.
Awesome. Arizona Wildcats, big up Pac-12. Davey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. If you're a New York Giants fan and you're not boosted by the words Andrew Thomas could play tonight, then you're not much of a Giants fan. If he does play, he immediately shores up that offensive line, which has been very, very bad on the left side. James Hudson is actually a meme. I've seen several James Hudson memes, so it's going to be great if Andrew Thomas can come back tonight.
I like that. Dave, would you say that he's been mid?
James Hudson? Dude, he's been a dumpster fire. He is just there. I saw one TikTok where a dude just like showed 4 plays in a row, and showed reactions to each play. It was epic. So, I will thank James Hudson for the amusement.
I love it. Let's see if anybody gets interesting enough in our pick'ems later to go with the Giants over the Chefs, who are reeling. I bet that Bob LaMarco is going to be tuning into that ball game, so we're all rooting for Bob no matter what. Derek, good morning, my man.
Good morning. Yeah, anchor down, of course. Got to start there.
Obviously.
Question for Dave: was that a Cam Scattaboo text, by the way?
Ooh.
It very well could be. Supposedly, he's a spotlight player according to NFL Network. So
yeah, we'll find out later. So
Yep.
For me, I'm looking to see if a couple teams are for real. One being the Patriots. Hosting the Steelers. Steelers aren't the Steelers that we've known and loved, but they're still a solid team, playoff contender. So it'd be nice to see if the Patriots have made that step up, and Drake May in particular. And then also looking to see, what are we going to get from Dallas? Not as a fan, but as a fantasy owner of Dak Prescott in particular. Can he go into Chicago and the boys can take care of business for our fantasy team? So those are a couple games I'm looking at in particular.
Nice. I'm gonna stay pat here. I think the entire football watching community and certainly fantasy football people are hoping the rookies as a collective unit turn it up. There's been a couple smash spots, a couple opportunities, but unfortunately the rookies have not exactly popped the way that we had expected them to as a full unit. And honestly, because it was such a great class coming in and such excitement, a lot of those guys are in the first couple of rounds, certainly in dynasty leagues. So I want to see the rookies turn it on as well. All right, boys, let's get into our pick'em here. We do have some of the fine folks tuning in already. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop in maybe, let's do about 3 at a time, and then we'll get to a handful of your questions. Once again, we do have a number of you already in the chat. Good morning. We got Billiam Jones.
Who?
That's Billiam Jones tuning in. We have GR as well, Bill Dino, Mr. Magic coming in also, of course, Mando, Jets fan, and Jeff Marks tuning in already. The rest of you we'll get to you in a second. Also, if you'd like to jump the line, you're welcome to hit the super chat if you'd like. 99 cents, $350, whatever you're feeling, to support the program. And we'll jump your question, of course, right to the tippy top. And then obviously you can find everything right here on the YouTube Fantasy Football Show. You just hit that bell and make sure you subscribe so you click us all during the week, and of course every single Sunday morning with the panel giving you that Sunday start sit show right here on the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. All action on X is at RazzballNFL. You can hit us on the podcast side as well. That's the Razzball Fantasy Football Podcast, and all of our incredible writers, articles, and exclusive tools available for you for free for now at football.razzball.com. We introduced the new tool for the gap and out wide rushing last week. Of course, we have slot versus wide for wide receivers as well. We have home and away splits. We have streamers of the week. We have waiver wire columns. We have Monday reactions. We're bringing it all to you at football.razzball.com. Go check it out, even as we produce the show, so that you can follow along as we get our picks. And of course, all week long, you can tally up as well. All right, gentlemen, let's get to the first 3 picks here. First one is the, my Atlanta Falcons heading into Carolina for a divisional battle. Carolina's still 0-2. Falcons at 1-1. Falcons are a 5.5 point split. If any of these splits are off by this point, let me know. Let's go across the board here. Styles, will stick with you. Who you got?
Falcons, but I like the Panthers with the spread.
Panthers
Right there with
spread,
you.
Falcons money line. I like it. Jeff?
Yeah, ATL, but like the spread as well for Carolina at home.
Got it. Davey?
Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta, and I will take Atlanta against the spread. I'll give the points.
Derek?
All right, looks like I'm going to be the odd man out. I'm taking the home team with their first win of the year.
Ooh. Is that pound down? Might be a little aggressive for 8 a.m. I think that's their slogan down there, though. I like it. Derek going with Carolina. I'm going to go with the Falcons. Got big hopes with them. I think they're going to start turning it on pretty big. Quick panel around the horn. Just need a name. Prime Roddy White It was like 5 or 6 years, but let's just remember prime Roddy White with whoever you want as quarterback, or Steve Smith. Matt?
Steve Smith won the Triple Crown, but I think overall I'm going to take I'm taking Steve Smith over Roddy White.
Jeff?
Yeah, I got to go Steve Smith as well.
Dave?
Yep, Steve Smith as a player, not as a commentator, but Prime Roddy is close. Prime Roddy was awesome.
Yeah, Steve Smith for me.
I like it. How about Roddy White to Julio Jones to Calvin Ridley for a couple years? Looking nice.
How about a question for you, Sky? Only you in a vacuum here. Prime Roddy White or prime Roddy Piper?
For the show, I'm gonna. Oh man, Roddy's good. Roddy White though was such a dog. Man, he was a lot of fun. I like the quiet guys too. I'm just kind of a fan of that. So shout out Falcons receivers. We'll see if Drake London can turn it on. All right, let's move on here to let's see, the Green Bay Football Packers heading into Cleveland, 8.5 road favorites. Packers are undefeated. Browns may not win a game this year. Jeff, we'll go to you.
Yeah, I'm going Packers easily, and they're going to cover the spread too.
Whew. Davey?
Yep, Packers for me.
Derek?
Yeah, that defense is for real. Give me the Packers.
Matt, they cover the spread, yes or no?
I don't think they do.
Don't think they do. A little closer for Matt, just out of anxiety. I can dig it as a football fan.
If Matthew Golden scores a touchdown, they cover the spread.
Hell yeah. Let's see that happen. That's one of my rookies, man. We got to get him popping. Got to get him. He's missed just a couple times. Let's make it happen. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers making it the first 5-bar of the morning. All right, last one here, and we'll get into some questions. The Houston Texans 0-2 head into Jacksonville 1-1. Jacksonville home favorites 1.5 points. Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, Jeff. Houston for me.
That's a shame. Jags, and this spread is disrespectful. I'm not happy with that. 1.5. Vegas. A-holes. Jags cover 2.
I like to see it. Just feeling the personal vendetta. I like it. Davey?
Yeah, I got Houston in that game.
Oof, no commentary. Very confident. I like to see that. Derek?
Jacksonville offensive line versus the Houston defensive line in the run game ranks 3rd best this week. So I will take ETN in the Jags.
Nice. I'm going to go with Jacksonville as well. They've been playing well enough for me. But I will say, man, these divisional games, you never know. But I will take the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, let's get into it. Once again, folks, you're tuning into the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Again, if you'd like to jump the line, you're welcome to. Hit us with the super chat. If not, we're getting your questions right now. Jeff Marks, you're up first, my man. Good morning, everybody. Again, if you're new to the program or it's early in the morning or you forgot or you're not familiar, please let us know when you can your league settings. It really helps. Jeff right here has let us know it's a full PPR situation. Let us know how many players you need, what your settings are. It helps us kind of narrow things down. We are on the clock right now, 8:21. Let's make it happen. Styles, you're up first. Good morning. Pick 2 in a full PPR. Jordan Mason, Travis Etienne, Emeka Egbuka should be a full go today, or Calvin Ridley.
Ridley has disappointed. Cam Ward has looked milquetoast so far. I think he gets better over the season, but I'm going to go off-brand, and I'm going with the 2 running backs today, agnostic to the fact that it's full PPR. And I think Egbuka, if the reporting is correct from Adam Schefter, is on a pitch count today, or the other comment was his snaps will be monitored in finger quotes. I don't know what that means. I know that Tampa wants to win. Tampa is going to play him as much as they can, but they cannot afford to lose him to an injury, especially with Godwin coming back. So they, as in the NFL storyline, right, you can't afford to lose any games. So I think he will play more than what Schefter was hinting at. but just in case he doesn't, give me the 3 down Jordan Mason and 3 down Travis Etienne.
Phenomenal analysis, Matt, as usual. I concur. Another reason I think, too, though, 2 running backs are better, even though I do love Emeka, the Jets can be beaten on the ground, and I think the Bucs are going to rely on Bucky and Rachaad White this game more so. So that's why I'm leading Jordan Mason and Travis Etienne, who both have top 10 matchups, too, as well.
Excellent. Davey.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of Igbuka today with the hip and groin injuries, and we won't know exactly how much he's playing till at least the injury reports are released. So I'm going to go also with Mason and Etienne. The Titans offense isn't done cooking yet, so Ridley's riding the pine for me. That's a pretty easy call.
Dig.
Yeah, Mason for me for sure. He's going to be borderline RB1 probably this week. And then for the other one, I already mentioned ETN in the line matchup. Houston ranks dead last against the gap blocking scheme, and ETN is in that running in that scheme 45% of the time. So I like ETN especially with Igbuka's injury. He'll play, but I'm not running with him. So give me the 2 running backs.
Excellent. Loving this new line tool. That's really awesome. Thank you, boys. I'm going to go with the running backs as well. Love Calvin Ridley. I've got him on pretty much every single team, waiting for that to happen. And Igbuka is our guy, but maybe not today with the matchup and the issues. So I'm going to go with the running backs as well. Jordan Mason and Travis Etienne. Great to hear from you, Jeff. Jets fan, good morning. Let's get into it here. We got to pick 3 for Jets fan. Igbuka again, Keenan Allen, Garrett Wilson, Juan Jennings, DK Metcalf, Debo, and Cortland Sutton. A lot of receivers here. Pick 3. Jets fan, where are you? Hold on. Different league. We have enough questions. That's fine. You guys remember? Half or full with Jets fan. If we don't know,
I'm going to
guys,
go full.
I'm going to go full also. We're going to go full for this, but if we don't know, everybody, we default to half. So if you don't tell us your league setting, we're going to go with half PPR, but let's go full here. I believe so as well.
Before I give an answer, last week I was a little spicy towards Jets fan. I told him maybe you should mind your own business when he asked why all the baseball hats. So apologies. I can admit when I'm wrong. I wasn't wrong. I was having fun with Jets fans. So hopefully he or she did not take offense. With that being said, give me the Keenan show for the Chargers. I believe Jeff just reported Juwan Jennings is out, so we're going to move him off the list. I have Pittsburgh winning at New England, so I'm going to lean on DK Metcalf. And I will probably, let me look who the Commanders have.
Vegas.
Vegas, you are correct. So I think the answer should be Cortland Sutton, but I do not like the matchup for Sutton or Knicks. So let me go. Let me have some fun. Let me go Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf, and Debo Samuel.
That does sound fun, Matt. Good for you. Jeff?
I like that. I'm also going to go Keenan Allen and DK Metcalf. Christian Gonzalez is out for the Pats yet again, so their best DB is out. And then I love Debo beginning of the week, but with Jaden out, I don't know if Mariota go Ducks, you know. So with that, I'm going to go with Cortland Sutton.
Go Ducks.
Sorry, Sky.
Bo next. It's okay. I mean, hey.
Yeah,
Davey.
Igbuka is iffy. Juwan Jennings is out. I don't know if DK Metcalf is actually a real human being. And Cortland Sutton, I really hate the matchup against the Chargers. So I'm going to go with Keenan Allen, Garrett Wilson, and Debo Samuel.
Nice. I think Dave just broke the ice on clones with DK Metcalf. We'll see. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, Jets fan dropped this question to me in my in the trenches article, and I answered him this morning. So I'll give him my answer verbally. I have exactly the same as Dave. I've got Garrett Wilson. I'm not worried about Tyrod Taylor as a center. I think he'll be just fine getting the ball to Garrett Wilson. Same with Keenan Allen. I like his 8 to 9 targets per game in the end zone both weeks. So I'll go with that again. I'm not worried about Surtain locking in on Allen. He doesn't really travel that much. So I'll go with Allen as well. And then last is going to be Debo for me. Mariota's actually pretty efficient quarterback the few times he's gotten to play. And Debo's playing well. So they've been targeting him, and I don't see why that changes today. So I'll go with Debo in the third spot.
I like that. I like it as well. I'm going to go Keenan, Garrett Wilson, and no, not Garrett. Oh, damn it. I always want to go Garrett Wilson. Yes, I am. I'm going to go Keenan Allen, Garrett Wilson, and Debo Samuel as well. Cortland Sutton's awesome. Really struggling, and Bo Nix hasn't quite turned it on. So we'll see what happens there. But maybe we get that Troy Franklin, Bo Nix double duck, as we like to say. Shout out to the Beavers. Jets fan, different league here. Start both Puka and Devontae against those Eagles DBs or sub one out. Troy Franklin, go Ducks. Cortland Sutton or Ibuka. Man, Ibuka 3 for 3 on questions here. Sounds like Ibuka's on a snap count. Matt.
The Rams are going to be trailing. Give me both of the Rams and just hope for some form of shootout for Puka and Devontae. And by the way, they can coexist in that offense. Kyron has not been Kyron. We know the front seven for Philly is better than the back end. So give me the two Rams, and Stafford's going to throw 45 times today.
Yeah, I like both the Rams receivers. If he doesn't want to start both, obviously you got to start Puka. And my second option is still Cortland Sutton. I know week 2 was all about Troy Franklin. I'm not too worried about Sutton. Evan Ingram is out this week as well. I think Bo gets back to his go-to receiver in crunch time as they play catch-up against the Chargers. So I like Sutton in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with both of the Rams in this one. I just don't love the matchup in LA for the Broncos, and I agree that Ibuka could very well be on limited snaps today.
Philly's a top 10 defense against wide receiver fantasy points. I don't think I can run with both of them, but I'm going to go with Puka for sure. He's just going to get so many targets, whether he gets in the end zone or not. But he'll get a lot of targets, a lot of yards. So I'm going to go Puka, and then I'm going to take one of the two Broncos. I'd love to say Franklin, but I'm leaning for Sutton to have a bounce back. So give me Puka and Sutton.
Man, I like all of that, Derek. I just don't trust the Broncos just yet. Unfortunately, I'm gonna ride with both. Puka's an auto start, and I think Devontae is too. Eagles are going to shut down the game. They're not even throwing the ball this year, which is frustrating, obviously, for our receivers in fantasy. But they're going to control the clock, I think. But I think the Rams are going to have to throw the ball to move it on their side. So I'm going to go with Puka and Devontae. Let's football, gents. Bill, I say that we do that. I think I know, but I got to see. Nothing wrong with a little Sunday morning double check, Bill. Full PPR, Ridley, Bill Krosky, or Scatabo is my order of who to start in the flex. So we have one flex position here, full PPR, Ridley, Bill, Scatabo.
Yeah, I don't like anything about this question, and I already know what Derek what his answer is going to be. So I'm just going to mirror his answer, even though I don't like it. And normally this player would be 3rd out of 3 for me, but I think the right answer is Scatabo today. Mainly because Ridley is going up against a Colts defense that has been very good through 2 weeks. And we don't know if it's going to be Bill or Chris Rodriguez, frankly, for the Commanders. So give me the guy that I think is trending north, and that's Scatabo.
Yeah, this is tough. I think I'm going to side with my ride or die early in the season of Calvin Ridley. He has to bounce back. Cam Ward is playing better. His third game. I think the Colts are good. I'm not really believing it yet. Week 1 it was Miami. So what does that tell me? Nothing really. So I think Cam Ward has a nice day today. Shout out to the rookie Sky. And I think Calvin cashes in today.
Yeah, I can't go with Krosky Merritt. I mean, the Washington is so confident in their running game that they actually signed Chase Edmonds to the practice squad this week. So I'm out on Krosky Merritt, and I like Scatterbo. I think Scatterbo's got a shot at a good game tonight, but Chiefs running defense is pretty legit. I think the Giants are probably going to have to throw the ball a lot. So as much as I don't love Ridley in his matchup, I'm going to go with Ridley and hope for some volume.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna stick with Ridley first, but I will, to Matt's point, swap the running backs. Scatterbo over Bill. The Chiefs are pretty good, but they give up a lot of yards to the zone rushing, and that's where both Tracy and Scatterbo are spending most of their time running in zone blocking. So I like Scatterbo a little bit more than Bill. The Raiders actually have been pretty solid against the run. So it'll be Ridley, Scatterbo, and then Bill for me in that order.
Nice. Breaking news: Egbuka is fully cleared to play today. He is no longer listed as questionable. Who's right? Is it Schefter or is it local news? I don't know. So just breaking, not so much breaking news.
Love it. Thank you. I'm going to stick with Scatterbo here, actually. I want to see Calvin really go nuts, but until he does, I'm going to fade him if I can. Scatterbo is a dog, obviously. He just needs the touches. Tracy's not super special. I didn't think he was last year. It was a volume play. No offense. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I think the Chiefs control that game, but I do think the Giants will be able to move the ball, and the Chiefs have been a little soft. Maybe not statistically. It's just felt that way. So I like Scatterbo. Here, I would go Scatterbo, Bill, actually, and then Ridley. But Mariota's probably got about 4 rushing touchdowns in him today, so I'd probably fade Bill a little bit if I can. Fun fact, the Arizona State student body voted to rid themselves of a bulldog as a mascot and go with the Sun Devils in 1946. I know you guys know that, but I had to tell the people. Shout out to our boy Bo Scatterbo and the Sun Devils in Tempe. Beautiful city, hot as shit. Be careful. Bill Dino, welcome back. Another full PPR, one in the flex. This one's tougher. Bill, this is the pros. All right, we'll be fine. Thank you, though. Genty, Hampton, McLaurin. And that's McLaurin for those of you at home.
Another fun fact, Arizona State University, for all the young men
always
trying to determine if they are going to go to what former Pac-12 school they're going to attend. 6-to-1 female to male ratio. I repeat, 6-to-1 male to female ratio. So use that information as you will. Tempe is hot. It can be like the belly of the sun. However, I repeat, 6-to-1 female to male ratio. I don't like this question either. I think Bill has hit us with 2 very difficult questions. I was not as high on some as regarding Genty coming out of school because he played at Boise State. So who really did he play? I don't know. He has not looked good. I think his yards per carry right now is around 2.5, 2.7. That's not good. He's missing assignments. He's going the wrong way. He's missing blocks. Hampton hasn't been extremely visible so far, and Najee Harris has been chewing into his time. But I think that I am going to take Hampton over Genty, even though the Broncos defense is tough. And I'm going to sit McLaurin with Mariota because I think Mariota is going to run more than he's going to throw to wide receivers. I think this is a Zach Ertz game. Shout out to the oldest tight end in the league. But I am going to lean Hampton. I don't have a really great reason other than that's just what my gut says today.
This is another tough one. I think the Raiders bounce back. I think Pete Carroll will get this squad back in order, and I think they start with the running game. So give me Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with McLaurin. I think the one spot the Raiders defense has been soft so far against is wide receiver. I know Mariota's starting the game, but it's not like he's a kid. He's been in the league. He's been a starter. I'm gonna go with McLaurin over Jonty and Hampton in that order.
Yeah, I'm going to go with McLaurin as well. The Raiders are giving up the most by percentage-wise, most fantasy points to wide receivers. And Terry is 90% out wide. So I think there's a lot of room for Terry to finally break out. And I was looking, I don't have it up right now. I will pull it up. But I was looking at Mariota's numbers from last year. And he was actually pretty efficient. Got the ball down on touchdowns, like 2 touchdowns per contest. So I'm really not all that concerned that he can't get the ball out to both Debo and to Terry. So I'm going to run with Terry today.
Love it. Go Ducks. I'm going to go Terry McLaurin as well. Mariota threw 4 touchdowns in his first game ever in the pros against Jameis Winston. Bill, good luck. You got anything spicy for us again? Holler back. Great to hear from you always. Mando, good morning. And again, a little golf clap for anybody that has a dog as their icon. Appreciate that. What's up, fellas? Full PPR start, 2 running backs, 1 flex. Stevenson, who's not supposed to be relevant, but certainly is. Swift, who seems to be relevant also. Hampton, DK, and Jennings. Crazy for leaning Swift, Stevenson, and DK, question mark?
No, in fact, I am fine with the 3 that you've selected. Jennings is out, so that puts DK in the mix. And I really don't have a problem with Swift and Stevenson. I think if Swift can shake whatever little dings he's got right now, I prefer him slightly over Hampton because Hampton has the matchup against Denver. And I'm going to go back to the question we had from Bill, before. Dave and Derek, especially Derek's info about what the Raiders are giving up, because Derek does numbers and I do gut. I will switch my Hampton to McLaurin as well. So if that helps Bill at all. So with that, give me Swift, Stevenson, and DK.
Yeah, no, I think the 3 you chose are the right picks in this matchup out of your options. So go with your gut as well.
Yep, I'm fine with what you did. I'm not ready to jump back on the Hampton train just yet. Jennings is out, so you're almost by process of elimination going with these guys.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. I am a little bit worried about Swift. I know it's a soft tissue type injury, and that could mean it could flare up at any time. He could be somewhat of a decoy, and maybe the rookie gets a little more run there just to keep him, keep Swift healthy coming out of the game. But then again, Hampton has got Najee there too. That's starting to cut into his workload. So I'm not put off by the matchup against Denver. Their run defense isn't as good as their pass defense, but then you've got the timeshare there as well. So I'm leaning towards what Mando has, but if you wanted to roll the dice with Hampton instead of Swift, I wouldn't fault you for that either.
Stevenson, unfortunately, is a lock, which is crushing my soul for all my trivia on shares. I think the Steelers are going to have a big day on offense because they're going to get run on defense. So I'm going to go with DK, and then I'm going to stick with Swift. I love Amari and Hampton, but again, just chalk them up into my rookies who haven't exploded yet. So Stevenson, Swift, and DK is good for me. Thanks, Mando. Mr. Magic, good morning. Start 2, Keenan Allen, Jalen Warren, Pollard, PPR. Keenan, Warren, Pollard, start 2.
So the questions are not getting easier, which is why we're here and why those questions keep coming in. I know Jeff's going to take Pollard because they're basically engaged and have been for over a season. Sky loves Keenan because of who Keenan is.
Go Bears.
Shout out to Cal. Yep, Cal Bears. I think Jalen Warren is becoming better, and I think Aaron Rodgers even came out and said we need to find a way to get him the ball more. So, because we all love Aaron Rodgers on this show, not a friend of the show, give me Jalen Warren for
Go Bears.
Sure. Go Bears. And until we see Keenan not be Keenan from 3 years ago, give me Keenan, and I'm going to sit Pollard. But if you need a floor and you need 14 for 73, then it's Tony Pollard. But I'm happy to go Keenan and Jalen Warren today.
Yeah, big Pollard fan. However, Maddie is right on the head on this one. Keenan Allen and Jalen Warren for me. I do think Warren gets a lot of catches today. I do worry that Kenneth Gainwell will play a little bit more because that's just Arthur Smith for you. He doesn't play him much week 2, played him a lot week 1, and I think he might take some touches away from Warren, but I think Warren has higher upside than Pollard today.
Can we say Arthur Smith not a friend of the show?
Not a friend. Not my friend, at least.
And not mine. I don't like him at all.
Yeah. Used to love him with Delaney Walker, but not so much these days. Dave?
Yeah, I think Matt's got a good answer there. If you're looking for a floor, I could see going Warren and Pollard. If you want ceiling, I'm going to go with Warren and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, well, I'm going to buck the trend again. I do like Keenan, so stick me there. But I'm going to go Pollard, and here's why. Tennessee offensive line, run blocking versus the Colts run stopping. Tennessee has the number 1 matchup of the week for run blocking. Pollard runs 55% in zone blocking. Indy gives up almost half of all rushing. This includes scramble rushing as well to the zone. So I like Pollard a lot this week. So give me Keenan and Pollard for that reason.
Big rushing day for Cam Ward. Is that what you just said, Derek? I like
Maybe
to see
so.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Dave, I don't disagree with what you said with the floor with the running backs because it makes sense to do that. But oddly enough, through 2 weeks, even with the OG, I would say Keenan Allen has one of the best floors, at least, of all wide receivers in the NFL right now. So I think you're safe with Keenan Allen no matter what. Herbert and the Chargers are humming, obviously. So I'm going to go Keenan Allen there. In full PPR, Derek, I love the analysis, and I love this tool that we're coming out with the running back offensive line shares. In PPR, I love Jalen Warren. Leading the pack here in receptions and a lot of dump downs from Rodgers here. Again, I do think that the Steelers offense will have to cook a little extra today because that defense is so banged up. So I'm going to go with Warren, just a nose over Pollard, and Keenan's a lock for me. All right, Bill, we're going to do the last question here from Bill, and we're going to jump back very quickly to 3 more pick'ems after this one. If anybody else needs to drop in some questions, feel free. Again, if you need to jump the line and get going, maybe do a little target run for the misses, feel free to hit us with the super chat, and we'll get your question right in there. Bill, oh yeah, flashback to last week. Glad I inserted Franklin and Guillotine rather than Najee or Brian Robinson Jr. I'm not familiar with what Guillotine League is. I've heard a lot of people talk about it in the industry. It sounds like a lot of fun, honestly. I'd love to join a league maybe next year, and I'll probably go with anybody other than 5 guys on the same team. But I don't know. It seemed like a decent strategy to start the year, but maybe I'll try it again next year. Bill, best of luck in the Guillotine League.
Maybe invite Jeff to lunch. You guys probably have a little bit of extra time.
I have a lot of extra time. Yeah, I mean, one less league, it really kind of I might go extra cup of coffee, take the pups for a little extra walk. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's FaceTime.
Nice.
Well, just so you know, there will be a third Razzball writer and podcaster that is out after this week, and it will be me.
Nice.
No, there's no doubt. I am not I will be the lowest this week. So I'll make reservations for a table for 3 for next weekend.
I'd appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Right
Look
on.
forward to it.
I will not survive the week. It's guaranteed at this point.
Yeah, good vibes. I think the next year when we do the listener guillotine league, we're all going to do ourselves, and then I think we all just create an auto burner just in case shit hits the fan. Then we can go to our league 2, right? You know, Styles Matthew or something will be like a league player also, and just in case shit gets weird, we can make sure we're still in the league. All right, everybody, we're going to pause real quick here on questions. Gentlemen, let's make it lickety-split here. We got Cincinnati 2-0 at Minnesota field goal and a half with Carson Wentz going up against Jake Browning. We do not root for the Huskies, but we do root for fantasy points. Matt, you're up first.
I think he's muted.
Oh, you are. You're muted with a little feedback. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to start my mute again. My answer will be, it's probably better if it was muted. Coin flip for me that ended up going Jordan Mason and Justin Jefferson. So I'm going to take the Vikings.
Skull.
Yeah. Minnesota for me. Kevin O'Connell likes his quarterback reclamation projects, and I think Carson Wentz fits into that.
Whew. The Danny Jones text. I like it. Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna go against common sense, and I'm gonna pick Cincinnati here. It's more gut than anything else.
Okay. Derek?
Well, we know the Bengals are going to come out firing, even with Burrow on the shelf. So I like that for them, and plus I need to make up some ground in the standings. So I will lean on the Bengals to continue winning in Minnesota.
Jake Browning averaged 18 fantasy points in his relief of Joe Burrow 2 years ago. I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are going to be just fine. Chase Brown we haven't even talked about yet because he hasn't quite blown up as a top 10 drafted running back. I think he's going to be okay today. Minnesota, I think, have been complete frauds, no disrespect, and I just don't trust Carson Wentz. So I'm going to go with the Bungles pretty handily in this one, actually. Let's go with the next one here. We got the Pittsburgh football Steelers and Matt's Aaron Rodgers pick against New England. Pittsburgh, 1.5 road favorites.
I am going with my in-laws to their Steelers club, so I'm not silly enough to take any other squad. I might even get lunch bought for me. Wife's going out of town. Her parents love me, so I might get a free pizza out of the deal. So with that, I'll take the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to go New England. I just think the Steelers defense is just atrocious right now, and Drake May is going to have a big day.
Yeah, I've got the Patriots at home, too. The Steelers just really aren't doing much to stop teams right now. So I think New England's got a slightly better defense. I think they're going to rise up and win today.
Yeah, it's going to take me more than a free. It's going to take me more than a free pizza to trust Aaron Rodgers. So, I mentioned earlier at the beginning that New England's one of those teams that I'm looking to see if they are legit. They're going to take that next step up from where they are, and I think they do. So I'm going to take New England and not enjoy a free pizza.
Derek, I'll go to you first. 3 toppings, cheese and sauce, automatic. Favorite 3 toppings, go.
Well, I'm actually a barbecue chicken pizza fan, so
barbecue sauce.
Give me the barbecue sauce instead of the
Gross
pizza sauce.
Matt, this is Derek's moment.
Try it.
Thank you.
Try it. Yeah, chicken, onions, and barbecue sauce. That's
Matt. We wait our turn here on the program. Now it's your turn. 3 favorite sauces.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a pizza. Right? Pizza's Italian. What are we doing? Forget about it.
How you doing?
Yeah, friend of the show, right? Guy Fieri. I'm pepperoni, good Italian sausage, and onion.
Fair. I wonder what Bobby Two Palms has to say about his favorite pizza. We'll have to get to him and get back. All right, let's move on here. We got one more question, and we'll get back to our favorite panel here, Mr. Bill Dino. We got the Rams 2-0, Eagles 2-0, Philadelphia field goal and a half favorite at home. Probably the game of the week.
Eagles and the points. I'll take both happily.
Ooh.
I got the Rams for the upset. I got to make ground, and they were a play away from beating Philly last year, the NFC championship game. So they get their revenge today.
Yeah, both defenses have been pretty tough so far this year. I'm still going to go with the Eagles, but I don't think that's going to be a real high-scoring game. So there could be some disappointed fantasy folks.
Yeah, I would like to go with the Rams. I almost did, but Philly, this year's Philly team seems reminiscent to last year's Kansas City team and just wins those close games. And I expect this to be a close game. So I'm leaning Philly, but yeah, I would. It would not surprise me at all to see the Rams lead with the win, but I have to lead Philly.
I have exactly verbatim the same thought process as Derek. Almost went with the Rams as well. They should have beat Philly last year, actually, in the playoffs. I like it. I do like Philadelphia to win this game, but I actually think it's going to be higher scoring maybe than the general public. I think they're going to be able to move the ball quite a bit here with both these offenses through the run for the Eagles, through the air for the Rams. It's going to be a fun game for fantasy, I'm hoping, but I will go with the Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-L. All right, sorry. Also, shout out to the Phillies, our only hope to beat the Dodgers, but we'll talk about that another time. All right, let's move on here. Moving back down the panel, Bill. Oh, sorry, we got to Bill already. That was a flashback from last week, congratulating on Guillotine, but again, we don't talk about Guillotine. This is looks like Billiam Jones.
Who?
Billiam Jones needs a wide receiver and a flex. That's Sutton, Ricky Pearsall, guns a-blazing with Jennings out, Pittman, who should have been drafted and wasn't, and my boy QJ, Quentin Johnston, on fire. 3 touchdowns so far.
Going to go Pearsall and Quentin Johnston.
I'm going to go Pearsall and Cortland Sutton.
And to further muddy your waters, I'm going to go with Pearsall and Michael Pittman.
Yeah, this one's a tough one. I could make an argument really for I think all 4 of them, but I've got to go Pearsall especially with Jennings out. That's really almost a no-brainer, and I like Pittman as well. To be honest with you, I can make arguments against them all. I can make arguments for them all, but the strongest arguments against would be for Sutton and Johnson. So give me Pearsall and Pittman.
Man, Ricky P across the board. I loved it. I got to stick with QJ. I got to do it, guys. He scores every week. He's huge, and Justin Herbert's on fire. So give me Ricky P and QJ. Morning, gents. Good morning, GR. Half PPR. Phil 2 flex. Hampton, Igbuka, full go. Jacoby Myers, Ricky P. Deep plays. Bill or Judkins?
I don't like Judkins on second week and going up against the Green Bay defense. Igbuka was just cleared, but we have rumors of him being in a snap count or have his snaps watched/monitored. I love Jacoby Myers. He just hasn't quite done it yet. That's probably more about Geno Smith. However, go back and look at Jacoby Myers' targets in week 2, and there's the silver lining. Not the silver and black lining for Dave, but at least some silver lining. So give me Pearsall without hesitation. I don't love Bill right now because I don't know what Bill is going to do and what Chris Rodriguez is going to do and Jeremy McNichols, right? That could just be a 3-headed mess. So for me, which is going to look different than what we said earlier, I'm going to go Pearsall, and I'm going to fire up Egbuka. If you're at all nervous about Egbuka's snap count, then I'm going with Jacoby Myers as my 2B to Egbuka's 2A.
Yeah, I second Matt's answer there.
Yeah, it seems sacrilege to dismiss 3 running backs and a half PPR, but those aren't the guys I want to put in my lineup. I am a bit concerned about Egbuka with the hip and groin injury, so I'm going to go with Myers and Pearsall.
Yeah, Dave and I agree again. Pearsall for sure, and despite Washington being pretty good against wide receivers, it's not really targeted to spread out, and Myers spreads out as well. So I think if there's anything to gain there, Myers is in a good position to do it. So I'll take Myers as well.
I'll go Jacoby. Ricky P's automatic and Jacoby. Billiam Jones is back.
Who?
Billiam Jones. Little low on the it's fine. I wasn't going to mention it in the first one, but no emojis at all in the first question. I just want to throw that, just an observation. I'm not throwing shade at Billiam. Obviously, he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. But I just wanted to mention that. Nix has a tough game today. Should I roll with him or use a streamer such as Mariota, Tyrod, or Browning?
You mentioned it earlier. Minnesota's they've been fraudulent so far. I did pick them to win today, but I think Derek is correct in that there's going to be plenty of Browning. Yeah, you heard me. You're correct. That Browning is going to come out throwing. So I lean more towards Browning today over Nix. And I think this is the start of Bo Nix becoming relevant as a quarterback one. Might start this week, but it may go one more week where we feel better starting him in week 5. So give me Browning. I don't have an issue with Mariota and his legs. I don't really have an issue with Tyrod Taylor, who showed well as a backup last year. But I'm going to go with Browning, mainly because of the 3 offensive weapons he has. And one of them is not Mike Gesicki.
This is a tough one for me. I do think Nix has a bounce back game. He did play better last week. I think everyone's worried about the Chargers because of what Geno Smith did. But if you go back to week 1, Mahomes had a good game against the Chargers in Brazil. So I'm going to keep rolling with Nix for this one. I do think Browning has a better day. The Jags defense was really terrible last week. Gave up that game. So I think Browning was a little bit inflated as they were down that whole game, and Chase Brown has been inefficient. So I'm going to roll Bo Nix in this one.
Yeah, I know Mahomes had a decent game against the Chargers, but he was being chased all over the place. He earned every one of those points. I'm out on Bo Nix today. I'm not high enough on Mariota or Tyrod to go with either one of them. So I guess by default, I'm going to go with Browning against the Vikings. I think the Vikings have given up like the second fewest points to wide receivers and the 6th fewest to quarterbacks, or the 7th. But I think that's kind of artificially inflated by the game against Atlanta last week. So I'm fine starting Browning today.
One note, Khalil Mack is out as well. So I think that's a big play on that Chargers front.
Yeah, I picked up Browning in over 50% of my fab leagues last week, and I'm starting him in every one except for one. The only place I'm sitting him for Dak in one of my other leagues. So I think this is a great week to stream. You don't have to go with Nix here. It is a tough matchup, and he just hasn't come into form yet. So I have no problem sitting Nix. And of the 3, I'm leaning Browning, of course.
Yeah, I'll go with the rare double duck fade. Not very common, but seems like the right situation today, and Terod's fun. Every year we get a Terod spot start, and I'm like, oh shit, he's still in the league. That's cool. Then I remember he's been in the league since like '94, and fun player. Basic. He's not going to turn the ball over, which is cool, but he's also not going to score points. So give me Browning pretty handily. I think that the Bengals are going to be just fine. Official Savage, welcome back and good morning. Need one of these. Scatabo, Troy Franklin, Ayo Manor, shout out to the Stanford Cardinal, and Ferguson, who Dave was the only guy that even remembered Ferguson played in the preseason, so shout out Dave Cruz. For PPR Flex, Scatabo, Franklin, Ayo Manor, and Ferguson.
Welcome back, Savage. His Lions dropped a 50 burger last week to just remind everybody that they are still an offensive juggernaut and really to piss in Ben Johnson's evening meal. So I congrats to him. They still are going to have to beat Green Bay one more time, or one time period, to have a chance at the division, I think. With that, I want it to be Jake Ferguson, and I am working currently, as the panel knows, on a large Chicago football team, Dallas Cowboys prop. Ferguson fits nicely in that prop, but I'm going to go with Derek's favorite New York Giants running back, Cam Scatabo.
Yeah, this is a good question. I love Elick. Was one of my favorite players in Dynasty this season. Let's go with Ferguson in this one. I think it's a high-scoring affair, and Dak's going to look his way.
The first three, I love them long term. I need to see more out of Franklin before I think he's the guy that catches, 8 balls for 90 yards every week. I actually also am going to go with Jake Ferguson. I just think that's going to be of all these games, I think the Dallas-Chicago game is just going to be fireworks. Both defenses have been pretty soft. So I'm going to run with Jake Ferguson.
Anybody have the line on that Bears Dallas game? Ben, before you even give it to me, take the over on that game.
Don't have the total, but the spread is the Bears on accident at home, 1.5.
Yeah, I see Dallas by 1.5, and it's 49.5 over.
Yeah, I saw 50 last two, so drop 50, maybe.
Yeah.
49.5, 50 points. Nonetheless, it's the second highest, I believe, on the week.
So it'll be 17-13 then?
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough one. That's tough. It's hard to, put up players with maybe a little more of a workload for a tight end. But Ferguson does look pretty good today. Chicago giving up about almost 25% of their targets to tight ends. I can roll with it. My heart says Scatabo, but I could see that going either way. He could get to the end zone. If he doesn't, it's a pretty ho-hum game for him. But if he does, it's pretty good. I think, Ferguson with 5 catches and 50 yards is probably the best play. So give me Ferguson.
Yeah, maybe the best floor and potentially the best ceiling of these guys. Kind of wild to go with streaming tight end. Not many people even drafted him to get started over running backs and wide receivers, but I'm with you. I'm going to go with Fergie here as well.
Yep, then make it 5. I'll change my vote to make it 5. Ferguson for me. Once Derek gave up on his heartthrob, I feel dirty being the one that.
To be fair, he's not my heartthrob, and I didn't give up on him. I'm just trying to give the best advice I can to my buddy Savage. So,
who is Derek's heartthrob then?
Yeah.
Anybody? Any guesses?
Derek's heartthrob.
Think about it. We'll come back to it, but everybody be thinking about that.
Well, we already know you can't win him over with a free pizza. So
That's right.
Very good point. Unless it's got weird toppings, I guess.
Yeah, throw a little barbecue sauce on there. I think you'd be just fine.
But next, he's going to want a big ziti on crust.
How you doing?
By the way,
All right, Marius. Marius, welcome back. Obviously, the GOAT. I just have to say, I think this is our first GOAT icon. A lot of dogs, handful of folks. People have been throwing burners, which I appreciate, but we got the GOAT here for Marius. I like it. Do you like Wentz, Wilson, or Mariota this week? By the way,
I think,
Russell Wilson turned back the clock about 14 years last week.
by the way, against in our Razzball PPR League number 2, Malik Neighbors just scored another touchdown against Mark Ringo for my team. Mark Ringo is spiraling. If you haven't gone and looked at the chat, he is in a bad way right now. Hopefully he's tuned in here. I don't think he is, but yeah, he's in a bad way. He said, win or lose, every player on his team could get cut today.
This isn't guillotine. This isn't guillotine, sir.
Oh, is it guillotine? This is just ridiculous. Yeah, he's spiraling. So I put out a welfare check on the thread last night, and nobody seemed to have a line to a therapist. So Mark's on his own today. Answer for this for me, I like is a strong word for any of the three. I think Wentz is going to have a good game, and that's why I selected Minnesota. I think Jordan Mason will help him. Not only can he catch, but he can also pass protect. And I think it's Justin Jefferson with a good game, and I think it's T.J. Hawkinson's 2025 coming out party.
Woo. Be nice to see him sometime this year.
Yeah. I'm also going to go Carson Wentz. I don't think the Bengals defense is really all that. They're 4 interceptions against their quarterback. They've all been tipped balls going back to the Browns game. So, and the Jags dropped a touchdown in the end zone. So I think the Bengals defense is very beautiful. Also, I chose Minnesota to win. I think Carson Wentz has a nice game today and put some pressure on McCarthy when he gets back.
Yeah, the answer is no. I don't like any of those guys this week. But if I have to pick one, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I like Wentz a little bit better than Wilson this week. I just the Cincinnati pass defense is not been awful, but they did play Cleveland. So I'm gonna go with Carson Wentz against the Bengals.
Yeah, it's going to be Wentz for me as well. Veteran quarterback, knows how to get the ball to his playmakers, including Hawkinson. So I do agree with Matt. I think Matt was right. One back at you. I think Hawkinson shows up today. Cincinnati gives up the 5th most targets to wide receivers, mostly out wide. And guess who that favors? That favors Justin Jefferson. So I think Jefferson has a big day today. And I think Hawk shows up. So, yeah, it's going to be Wentz for me.
Oh, man. I hope you're right, because I'd love to see him bounce back. Such a promising start to his career. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. You guys know I love my boy Mariota, but I got to stick with Russ. Russ has been awesome, and the Chiefs are going to win the game. I think they're going to be just fine, but I think Russ is just airing it out, and I don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball too well. So it'd be Russ, Mariota, Wentz for me. And if you don't trust Russ against the Chiefs and I get it, then I would go Mariota, actually. So the panel picks Wentz. Good. I would actually fade. I like it. Gentlemen, I need to step away just for a second. I'll be back in a minute or two. If somebody could pick up my slack, I'd much appreciate it. When I do get back, we'll jump back into a few of our pick'ems. BRB.
Alrighty. This says 1/2. I don't think it means part 1 of a 2-part question, because I don't see anything below that shows 2/2. So it might mean half point PPR. You guys take it however you read it and answer that way. If you had 2 hold/stash spots, say that 3 times fast, who are you going with? Roster is fairly balanced, so holding upside over floor is okay. Tracy, Franklin, Elick, Corum, Tesla, Monogany, Mooney, Golden, Jeff.
Man, all right. Had to hold to stash. Well, I think Matthew Golden, just due to the injuries the Packers have, I think he has a nice game today, and moving forward becomes a viable option. And then my second one, I think it's Ayo Manor. I like him a lot. I think he will be the receiver one later on for this team. I'm just not sure if this is just for this season or future. Future Ayo Manor, if it's current this season, I'll take Franklin.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mooney and Golden. I just think the capital that Golden has means that eventually he's gonna break through. I love the other guys, but I don't see a lot of upside with Corum. Tesla's pretty clearly the wide receiver 3 in Detroit, even though he's made a couple of outstanding catches in his first 2 games. Monangai, I just Tracy is really fighting for his job. I like Franklin a lot. I want to see more out of him before I say, okay, he's going to be a big volume guy. So I'm going to go with Mooney and Golden.
Eric?
Yeah. So if these are truly stashes and you're, in a position where you don't feel you need to start any of them anytime soon, that changes my answer. If you're holding for bye weeks, then it's going to be Mooney and Golden. But if you're just holding to stash, it's going to be Golden and Tesla. I think both of them are fantastic receiver, or could potentially be fantastic receivers. I think Golden is one of the best in creating space, is what I read, and Tesla, you just throw anything near him. I mean, he's a small guy, but anything near him, and he's got glue on his fingers. So they just need more time and they need opportunity. And if either one of them or both get that bump in opportunity, I think they could be every week starters in fantasy. So again, if you're just holding for long term, no immediate need, I'm going to go Golden and Tesla.
All right, and for me, it's going to be Golden. So that's all 4 of us. And I have a soft spot for Mooney. I think Mooney is underrated, and he was injured week 1, dinged still in week 2. So I'm going to go with Mooney. I love Tesla long term, even though it's strange because they paid Amon-Ra St. Brown, they paid Jameson Williams, they paid Laporta, they paid Gibbs. So I really don't see a path for him to get on the field too much. He's going to be a better version of Tim Patrick unless he can get into the starting lineup. So for me, this year, short-term Mooney, long-term Golden. All right, Savage is back. Dynasty PPR, flex, need one. Hunter Renfrow, who's been fun lately. Keyshawn Butte, who, by the way, is the things that are thrown onto the WNBA court have also been thrown into the end zone in front of him twice, so that makes him fun. Algier as a handcuff, Mims as a best ball superstar, Dontavian Wicks, probably the best hands in Green Bay, even though he drops passes all the time in preseason, or Theo Johnson. So, Jeff, this will be your last question, and you got to get out and do dad duty. What do you think PPR flex need one for the week?
I'm going to go Booty. I think he's really emerging as Drake May's top option in the passing game. He wasn't as involved last week, only 1 TD though, but I like Booty this week against the terrible Steelers defense in PPR.
Yeah, it pretty much comes down to Keyshawn Boutte and Dontavian Wicks for me. And I think I'm going to lean Wicks. I think the Packers will have some success throwing the ball against the Browns. The Browns front 7 is just been incredible so far this year. I think Josh Jacobs is going to have some trouble getting going today. And with Jaden Reed out, they're going to need somebody to step up. And I think the guy that's going to get the first crack at it is Wicks. and he hasn't had as many opportunities, but he's been more efficient with them this year. So I'm going to go with Wicks today.
Matt, you go ahead before me. I'm looking something up real quick before I give my answer.
I want it to be Wicks, as Dave mentioned, but I'm probably leaning the same way Jeff did with Butte. I think that the receiver that's going to get the most targets today for Green Bay is Tucker Kraft, followed by Dobbs, followed by Jacobs, and then Wicks. It's just what my gut tells me, and I think Butte probably gets close to 75 to 100 and maybe finds the end zone this week. Is that enough time for you, Derek?
Yeah, it is. I was looking up the slot wide matchup for Butte, and it strongly favors Butte. So, that just confirmed it for me. I'll go with Butte.
All right, Jeff, bow out. Need to bow out. Have fun at hockey. And
Will do.
Back over
And
to Sky.
my answer for the heartthrob is Hawkinson.
You are correct, sir.
Yes.
Nice. Nailed it.
See you, gents.
Good luck, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right. I was spying on you behind the scenes, and do we just hate 7 targets for Hunter Renfrow or what?
No, I don't. I want him to be the thing so bad. I really do. But I think is Coker coming back soon? I know this is for
Soon.
this week, but
He's not back
I
now.
want Renfrow. He's so good, and he appears to be a very nice guy. Teammates love him. DBs on the team say they can't cover him, but
and he's primarily a slot receiver, and I was looking that up as well. And Atlanta's really good against the slot, so
They are. I just think things will change with Terrell out, and they're going to have to do something. And he could get loose, man. I just like those little sneaky guys sometimes. And anyway, the panel has spoken. I was just curious that there wasn't more love there for him, but I know he's been cast aside in general in fantasy and stepped away. I think he retired for like 3 weeks and then came back anyway. So, all right, gentlemen, let's get back to a couple more pick'ems here, and then we'll get into the rest of our questions. We got Matt's Jets without Fields today on the road against Matt's Bucks. Bucks are a touchdown plus favors at home.
Bucks.
Dave?
Yeah, I'm going with Tampa. I can't go with the Jets there.
Yep, Tampa.
Bucks pretty handily, I agree. The Indianapolis Colts accidentally undefeated, best team in football, and have yet to punt. Going up against the Tennessee Titans, probably the worst in football, and I think I've yet to score. The Colts are only a field goal and a half favor on the road here.
Colts.
Yeah, division games are weird, but I'm not that interesting. I'm going to go with the Colts.
Colts for me.
Same. How can you fade Daniel Jones? Am I right?
You're right.
Insanity. Yeah.
Dave's Raiders on the road against Mariota's Washington Commanders. Both teams 1-1. Washington a field goal and a half favorite.
Washington.
Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders in Washington, even with Mariota starting.
No, give me the Raiders.
Jeff also picked the Raiders. And Dave, I have to say, no disrespect, my man, you have not been interesting at all today. We'll see if we're fading the trend here. So
we'll find out. I'm not sure there could have been any more front-handed, backhanded compliment in the history of the show.
Speaking of trend, it looks like Dave and Matt have exactly the same picks, at least so far.
I'm seeing it. Well, Dave set the trend of being interesting the first 2 weeks in pick'ems, and I'm not sure it's gone too well. So I think he's fading that a little bit, going back to the public. I like it. We'll see what happens today.
Well, there's still some games left.
That's true. We've got a full season here. One more, boys, and back to the questions. We got the Denver Broncos 1-1 on the road against the best team in football, LA Chargers. 2.5 points, so less than a field goal for the Chargers. Should be a great game.
Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers in that game as well. I just don't think Denver's going to have a good time with that defense.
Yeah, Chargers surprised me a little bit in week 1. Wasn't sure if it was for real. Last week confirmed it is for real. So give me the Chargers.
Duck versus Duck, you got to go Justin Herbert. And career at Oregon, it's Herbert by quite a bit.
Madison Beer effect.
All right. William Jones is – dude, don't get me started. William Jones is back.
Who?
That's Billiam Jones. That's his professional name. It's on his name tag at work. I text him, and I was like, hey, like, what do you go by with your – he's like, Billiam Jones. Oh, okay, cool. Glad we could start that for you. Hopefully you got a raise. Half PPR Connor Scatabo. And we do now have emojis. I assume these are 2 running backs running the 40 out of uniform. But if you look closely, it looks like Scatabo running for about a 63-yard touchdown.
James Conner, and I'm not looking back.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah, Connor for me as well. I'm going with the volume.
Yeah, the matchup is not as good for Connor as it would appear, when you start looking at the numbers. But again, as Dave said, it's a volume thing, and so I'll go with the volume. Give me Connor.
The Niners are playing inspired football today, gentlemen. At home against the Cardinals. Cardinals are somehow 2-0 also. The Niners are somehow 2-0. They need to make a statement game here. I think the Niners smash on this game, and it starts with stopping James Conner, who has not been good. Trey Benson, I think, could have a nice game potentially, but it won't be James Conner. I'm going to go with Scatabo here. I'm going to ride the train. Cosmo's back. Shout out to your pup, bud. Good morning, guys. Caleb or Daniel Jones, 4-point touchdown league. For anybody unfamiliar, doesn't quite know the difference. Generally, obviously, that means 4 points for a passing touchdown. You shouldn't have that in fantasy. It's unbelievable. It's even the setting, but it is. But it tends to lean toward the rushing quarterback. We'll see what happens here. Caleb Johnson, Daniel Jones, Matt.
Interestingly enough,
Caleb Johnson, Caleb Williams. Sorry about that.
Caleb Williams. Did you know that Jonathan Taylor doesn't have a rushing touchdown, but Daniel Jones has 2+ rushing touchdowns?
Sure do.
Yeah. Give me. Oof. Ugh.
Bears in a shootout or Daniel Jones to stay hot in division?
So this is leaning towards more rushing is good than passing, but yardage always counts in passing. I'm contractually obligated to say Daniel Jones, but I'm actually going to start Daniel Jones, I think. Nice.
The math got there. It's one of those, we got to get Styles in one of those like math equation emojis, those little GIFs. I'll have Derek work on that behind the scenes. Dave?
Yeah, 4-point touchdown league kind of leans me towards Jones, but I do think that Williams is going to have a good day against that Dallas defense today. So I'm going to go with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and I think Matt touched on it a little bit with Jonathan Taylor. I think it's his day, and both of them can get into the end zone with their legs, get that 6-point touchdown instead of the 4. But I think more likely, if it's going to be one, it's actually going to be Caleb, because again, I think Jonathan Taylor has more of a game. So, give me Caleb Williams.
Just so you know, while Sky is thinking and looking, I don't know if he's frozen. I can't say Caleb Williams on the air, so I said Daniel Jones, but the other 2 that have given answers are correct today, just for whatever that's worth.
I like it. Yeah, I think Danny Jones comes back to earth. This is a divisional game. They know each other well. I'm going to go with Caleb Williams as well. Only for the shootout potential, but I would like to see was it 4? What was the 4? You guys remember? Oh, it was just a sprinkle. Was that it? Okay, I can't quite remember. It's been a whole season, gentlemen. Fisher Salvage is back. I got a trade offer. Send Higgins and Wan'Dale Robinson for Bill in PPR. Oh, I'm sorry. Send Higgins for Wan'Dale Robinson and Bill Krosky-Merritt in PPR. So just thumbs up or thumbs down here. Send Higgins, get Wan'Dale Robinson and Bill Krosky in PPR.
No, I like the best player in the trade. I'm going to stick with Higgins.
I would do that if it was Jaden Higgins, but not T. Higgins. T. Higgins, he has his coming out party today too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That'll be interesting. So we're a little bit split there on that one, but I guess it's volume versus upside. Another league, half PPR, T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, or DK Metcalf. Ooh, embarrassment of riches, Cosmo. I like this. Nice flex.
My answer is different than probably what the right answer is, but I'm going T. Higgins. I don't know how anybody right now could sit Keenan Allen the way he's been getting targeted, but I honestly think that this is T. Higgins. And I think Joe Burrow was probably throwing a lot more to Jamar Chase in practice, and I think Jake Browning was probably throwing a lot more to T. Higgins. So give me T. Higgins today. I'm okay being wrong, and I'm also okay if our astrophysicist follower Cosmo leans towards Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I love Keenan Allen. I just can't sit him. I just can't start him over T. Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins for me, but I don't mind Keenan Allen either. So either the first two. It's definitely not DK.
Give me Keenan. I'm going to go Keenan Allen here. I love Jake Browning. I like the Bengals in general, but I really think this is going to be a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson duo here. I think it's going to be a smash for both of them. So I'm not fading Higgins, but in this, I would go Keenan Allen, actually. All right, gentlemen, we got let's see, we have just about 30 minutes to kick off. We got a lot of questions here. So let's get cooking. Let's bang out maybe 6 more, and we're going to knock out the rest of our pick'ems, and then we'll finish strong. Once again, everybody, you're joining the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. You can find us on air all week long. You can also find, of course, our articles at football.razzball.com, all of our exclusive tools. Derek has referenced our new offensive line wide gap tool numerous times this morning. It's super, super helpful. We mentioned slot versus wide. We have home and away splits as well available. We have weekly reactions. We have the waiver wire articles. We have tight end streamers. We have many, many, many opportunities for you for free content at football.razzball, RazzballNFL.com. And for those of you not able to, make sure you hit the subscribe and make sure you give us a follow there as well. It helps the numbers and makes the boss impressed. We want to make sure Dave's happy. All right, moving forward here. Lex Plant Some Trees. Gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong. First time, long time returning, but I haven't seen it yet this season. Is that correct? Okay, just want to make sure here. Lex Plant Some Trees. Welcome back. Pickens, Scatabo, Devontae Smith. Start one in PPR.
Pickens.
Yeah, we love returning customers, so we're going to try to give the right answer. And in this case, for me, it's the fireworks I'm expecting in Chicago between Dallas and the Bears. I'm going to go with Pickens as well.
Yep, totally agree. Up to 9 targets last week. I look for somewhat similar today.
We're waiting for a breakout from our boy Pickens. It starts today. Let's make it happen.
Waiting for a parlay answer from a few people too. Don't sleep on the fact that I'm waiting still.
Fair enough.
I'm actually getting a little bit pissed off that I can't get a straight answer out of anybody. Moving on.
We don't condone betting, but those people that do, let us know. Lex Plant Some Trees is back with a handful here. We got Sutton, Hunter, Judkins, Hampton, Tootin. Start 2. Handful of rookies.
Sutton and Hampton for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sutton and wow, the other one's tough. I don't think Judkins has got a good matchup, and he hasn't been getting a ton of snaps yet at this point. I think it'll rise. I'm just not ready to go there yet. The Jacksonville passing game is kind of a mess right now. I don't really want to put Hunter there. Kind of falls to Hampton or Tootin. I'm going to go with the guy getting the more snaps. I'm going to go with Hampton here. I know Harris has been eating into his share a little bit, but Tootin had less than 20 snaps last week. He did have a touchdown, and he did have a bunch of touches on those limited snaps. I'm going to go with Sutton and Hampton.
Well, I think we're going to be pretty good, close on Sutton. I'm going there as well, but I'm going to go Judkins on this one. He's coming into this week. He has the most likely workload stability. So Hampton is in a timeshare. Tootin's still earning his. Judkins is going to probably have the majority of the snaps there and the rushes. So even though the matchup isn't great, I'll go with the workload in Judkins.
Give me Tootin, and I'll go Judkins as well.
No Cortland Sutton for you?
No, they've been bad.
What's in your coffee?
Actually, it's black coffee, but I add, Matt, you're going to love this. I add natural organic butter, like actual butter, just straight fat from New Zealand, because in New Zealand, they don't put a bunch of shit in their food. So it's just straight up clarified butter that I put in my coffee, helps my brain and my blood flow much better. And it's referred to as bulletproof coffee. Highly recommended, not a sponsor. Is that good for you?
Never had a cup of coffee in my life.
A little bit of barbecue sauce, white onions, and a little bit of chicken as well.
There we go. Get that protein. Yeah.
Soup.
Soup. Nice. Travis Hunter, Troy Franklin, PPR.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks. Dave?
Let's see. I'm going to go with I'm going to take a shot on Hunter in this case against Tennessee. Tennessee's been giving up points to the wide receivers. I'm just not ready to say I've been picking up Franklin. I hope he does great, but I'm not ready to trust him yet.
Yeah, same. I'm a big fan of Franklin long term. They've both been getting the roughly the same amount of targets so far, but I like the matchup a little better for Hunter, and I'll just lean that way. So I'll take a shot on Hunter as well.
It's not Cortland Sutton. It's got to be somebody. Give me Troy Franklin. Bias for sure, but I actually think it's true also. Does anyone want to give a shout out to the champ?
The double champ.
I mean, this guy
needs no introduction at this
point.
Yeah,
he's kind of selfish, but we still like that.
We do. And also a great friend of the show. We got to pop on during one of our drafts. Much appreciated. That sniped me, I think it was 9 times if I kept score correctly, in my Razzball division, which I hate as well with his track record of winning championships. But all that to say, Bob, good morning, and it's great to have you back. Happy Sunday. Jets fan, are we worried enough about the Chargers D and Bo's slow start to play Rodgers over him, Bo Nix or Aaron Rodgers?
Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nix as well.
Well, since Jets fan didn't offer a free pizza in this, I'm going to go Nix as well.
Put your money where your mouth is, Sky. Aaron Rodgers.
Woo.
I know. Let's move on. Like lightning with my boy Harbs. I love that. How you doing, guys? We're doing just fine. We are up to 24 minutes on my clock here until kickoff. Half PPR, we got Dobbins or Swift as a running back 2. And then in the flex, I'm starting DJ Moore. Am I starting DJ Moore, Debo, Ridley, or whoever you don't pick from the above? Thanks. So a lot going on here. Let's make sure we pick a running back. And you can use the other if you'd like to in the flex position. Pick 2 guys here.
And then in the flex, am I starting 1, 2, 3, or whoever you don't pick from above? So Dobbins or Swift could be the 2, or it could be one of those 2 plus one of the others. Got it. Dobbins, I guess, has got the Broncos. Swift has Dallas. The better player so far has been Dobbins, but Swift has had his touches, and he's not going to get usurped by Monongahela. Give me Swift, and whether you knew it or not, DJ Moore is probably got a top 5 matchup for the week. And another guy that's in the top 5 to 10 for matchups, and we have not even mentioned him this season, is Juju Smith-Schuster. Both of them at wide receivers have great matchups today. I don't even know why I mentioned that other than to say DJ Moore has a good matchup. Give me Swift and DJ Moore.
Yeah, I'm going to go Swift as well. The Chargers are near the bottom in points allowed to the running backs. Now, I know that includes the totally anemic Chiefs rushing offense, but I'm still going to go with Swift with just matchup based. The Cowboys just give up tons of yards and tons of points to running backs. So I'm going to go Swift at running back 2, and I don't like Dobbins enough, even in half PPR, that I'm going to go with Deebo Samuel. The one area that the Raiders have been vulnerable against so far has been against wide receivers. So I'm going to take Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, all things being equal, and you're looking at matchups, it would be Swift, but I am really leery about his injury concerns coming in. I think he may be more of a decoy. I don't think he gets a full load. So even despite the fact that the matchup is not good for Dobbins, I'm going to lean Dobbins there for workload. And I agree with Dave. Deebo of the others would be my flex.
Swift and Deebo Samuel.
And I missed Deebo on the list. I am also going Swift and Deebo to not double dip the football team in Chicago. So I think it's a foursome. Is that correct?
We'll get a sprinkle.
Yep, sprinkle it.
Let's get it. Back 9, Ronnie. Shouts out my boy Ron Solo. Good morning, fellows. You think Njigba is playing today? Can we get somebody to triple check the situation here? I know he's questionable, has been questionable, should play IMO, but we'll see what happens if he plays.
Schefter says he's going, so I'm going with that. So yes,
and it's an illness, not an injury. It's an illness, so he probably had the cruds or the.
They thought it might be the flu, but apparently it's not. So
Now, after documentation, we all know that Michael Jordan's flu was just a spiked pizza, correct? Is there a chance JSN got I'm just going to throw this out there one time, a bad barbecue chicken pizza overnight?
There's not a chance.
I don't know. It just seems a little strange that he got sick overnight.
It's Seattle. It's not a pizza. It's a burrito.
Fair.
Panini
sub. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Pike Street. Pike Street's lit though. Feel free.
Yeah. Could be bad Dungeness crab.
That's true. Matt, did you know that they scrape the gum wall every 3 years?
I did not know that. It's disgusting, but
absolutely
cool at the same time.
Facts. Absolute facts.
I did not know they did it every 3 years. I thought, how the hell could it? And what I'm shocked about is how do you get it up that high?
Dude.
But it's at the bottom of a staircase.
Insane questions. I have the same exact questions. Yeah. Maybe we should take those off the air. Back 9, Ronnie.
Speaking of, go look up Chris Cornell and that logo when you have a chance. This is not a TJ Watt text.
Fire. Nice. 90. I love it. JSN plays, you play him. That's an automatic. Got a couple more here. Back 9, Ronnie. Also, Daniels is out. Do we play Baker Mayfield, Geno Browning, or Rodgers or Murray? So we've talked a lot about Browning and Rodgers this morning. We know Matt loves Baker Mayfield. We got Geno and Murray in the mix as well. Give me a quarterback today, boys.
Baker is for me as Hawkinson is for Derek.
Yeah, for me,
That's-
it comes
that's
down
my
to
vote.
Mayfield and Murray, and I just don't like it. I know Murray's had some great games against the Niners, but I'm still going with Baker Mayfield against the Jets.
Yeah, Baker, Browning, and then the other two or the other three.
Baker, Brown, and the other three. Browning, Baker, Murray, Rogers, Gino. Gino's not it. Get out of here.
You're gonna love
Ronald-
this one, Scott.
Ronald McDonald. Oh boy. Hear the now. Hear the now. Hear the
Start
now.
hello.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, that's fine. Hear the now. Hello, and Sky. This is Beach. Welcome back, Beach. Holy shit, buddy. Where you been? Welcome back. Half PPR.
Dave may
Half-
not recognize that, but that's it.
Yeah.
Half PPR. Start
Well-
2 wide receivers: McMillan, Harrison, Devontae Adams, and Jamar Chase.
Give me Teteroa McMillan and Jamar Chase.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams and Chase. I think the Atlanta matchup's going to be a nightmare for the Panthers, and I don't really care. Harrison's fourth for me in this bunch, so Adams and Chase for me.
So Jeff's not here to call it, but Tet was his #1 recommendation this week in his slot versus wide article. So shout out to Jeff, putting on the hockey pads right now. I'll go with Tet and Jamar Chase.
Tet and Chase is automatic. Oh man, fade to Adams. That's rough.
It didn't feel good, trust me.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I love Ted and Terrell's out, all that. I get it. Falcons all day. Adams and Chase. Nice to hear from you, Beach. Bob's back. PPR, Warren, ETN.
I cannot see myself sitting ETN at this point. Till he proves us all right, I'm not sitting ETN.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. Wow. Let's see. New England. I'm gonna go with ETN as well. I think he's got a little bit better of a matchup against Houston than Warren does against New England.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong either way here. ETN's hot. He's got a good matchup. New England's allowing the 4th most targets to running backs. This is a PPR, so Jalen Warren tends to benefit there as well. So, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong either way. So, whatever the other three say, I'm good with it.
Nice. ETN has been absolutely on fire. I'm going to go with ETN. Ooh. French, anybody?
Nope.
Bonde apart? Bonde apart? Bonde apart? I had a little French back in the day, but I'm a little rusty. More Italian. Start 1, half PPR, Benson, Tootin, Harvey, Sampson, Marks. Is this no, Benson technically is year 2. That's almost a full rookie question. I like it. Half PPR.
I'm going to give RJ Harvey one more shot in a game where I think they're going to throw out of the backfield.
I love Benson. I just don't think he's going to have the volume. It comes down to Tootin or Sampson for me. And I think I'm going to lean with the matchup that Sampson has against the Packers. I'm going to lead to Tootin.
Yeah, it's hard to argue our workload on any of these guys, honestly. Yep. I don't know. I think Benson has probably the most talent right today of any of these. So I'll roll the dice. I mean, you're rolling the dice anyway on any of these guys, so I'll roll the dice with Benson.
Boy, I was going to say the same thing with check down. Something Connor's going to do very well, but I'm actually going to go Tootin. He's looked extremely explosive. The Jags offense has been great. He's doing what ETN does with less work. So give me Tootin there. Back nine's back. Laugh my ass off on the vintage Russ. You like that? Will we see it again this year? We saw it last week, man.
Yeah, Neighbors scored
insane.
again. Somebody called Mark Ringo.
Yeah.
Neighbors scored again.
Russ has been on fire, man, honestly.
The answer is yes, because they play the Cowboys again.
Perfect.
Oh,
Fired up. I love Dave's throwing a little shade this morning. I like spicy Dave. I like spicy Dave. It's good. Bob's back.
More than interesting, Dave?
Right now I do. Interesting Dave has kind of been sleeping. Slept through the alarm clock this morning. Interesting Dave. Spicy Dave subbing in. I like it. Next man up. Leggett out today as well in regards to Renfro. I'm telling you. Renfro's a sleeper, man. Stash, pick him up, whatever. Let's get him in your lineups. Gentlemen, we got just over about 10 minutes. Let's get a couple more questions and the rest of our pick'ems here. Jets fan, Boutte, Travis Hunter.
Boutte for me. And by the way, would you start Renfro over the likes of Pittman, Diggs, Mooney, guys like that?
No. I'll tell you what, though. If we don't get a Diggs game sometime soon, I'm fading this like almost hype that everyone's excited about. I want to see like a real game from Diggs. Shout out to Cardi B. But no. Renfro's really fun, but he's a wide receiver 3 probably with upside.
I'm going to go with Boutte here as well. I just haven't seen the volume yet for Travis Hunter. Boutte's been kind of hit and miss, but I think he's got a good matchup today.
Yeah, same for me, Boutte.
I'll go Boutte too. I'd like to see a pop game for Travis Hunter though. More so for Brian Thomas, to be honest with you, but
please.
Yeah, let's get it. Billiam, you're very welcome, my man. Have a wonderful Sunday. Shout out to the family. Have a great time. Bon day apart. I'm going to look this up because I have to get this. Language is like my thing. It's going to bother me. Bucks and Chiefs DST. I love that. Chiefs on the road against Russell Wilson, who's obviously the best quarterback in football. And then Matt's Bucks at home against Tyrod Taylor. You got to go Bucks.
No, I'm going Chiefs. Immobile Russ.
I'm going to lean to the Bucks. The Jets have a lower implied points, so I'm going to take the Bucks here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my trenches matchup, the line matchup, and the Bucks defense, both pass, rush, and run stop, both outdo the Chiefs. So yeah, give me the Bucks. And by the way, Russell Wilson, best pro quarterback in New Jersey currently.
Whoa.
I'll take it.
Whoa.
That's fine with me. Give me the Bucks. I think they're going to tear up the Jets today. Would you trade Cortland Sutton for either Travis Etienne or Genty?
In a vacuum, no. But if you have a need at wide, if you have depth at wide receiver and a need at running back, I would start with Etienne and consider it.
Yes, I would trade him for either. I would go with Genty.
Yeah, all things equal, I would trade him as well, and I would probably go with ETN.
I would trade Cortland Sutton for both of these guys, and I would, in PPR, I'd actually focus on ETN and then Genty. Love the player, hate the system. My old fading, being grumpy. So give me ETN, Genty, Sutton.
All right, Sky, we got a handful left. You want to go through the last pick'ems and then blast through these?
I do very quickly. Yes, I do. Where was I? 1 second here. New Orleans on the road in Seattle. Seattle touchdown and a half favorite.
Seahawks for me.
One of the games I'm looking at, the Saints have been running a ton of plays in both their games. I want to see if it travels, but I'm going with the Seahawks here.
Yeah, I really wanted to pick the Saints here, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. So Seattle. And Sky picks Seattle as well. He just doesn't want to share it.
What a time! What a time! What a time for me to buzz out. That was weird. Yeah, Seattle. Game of the day: Dallas Cowboys on the road to Chicago. Chicago 1.5 favorite.
You know my answer. I hate saying either one of the teams, but the road team will win today.
Here's
Dave?
where I get interested. I'm going with the Bears at home. First win of the year.
Attaboy.
Dak Prescott, top 6 quarterback. We see it today.
Jesus, give it a rest. Outdoors? No. Dallas Cowboys. Give me a huge game from Jake Ferguson. Brandon Aubrey, nine field goals. I'll take the over. All right. Second game of the day. 49ers at home against the Arizona Cardinals. Niners getting a 1.5.
Free Sky. Cardinals for me.
Yeah, make that 2 Cardinals.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I see Jeff had the Cardinals as well, but I'm going San Francisco.
And boy, Derek, way to save the day. Niners big. And 2 more here. We got the Giants at home facing the winless Kansas City Chiefs. I'll enjoy that while I can. Both 0-2 here. About a touchdown favorite. Chefs.
Yeah, I think Goodell pulls this one out. He cannot have his team go 0-3.
I agree.
Yeah, if they wouldn't have had to refund a ton of money, they might have flexed this game out. I've got the Chiefs.
Salty Dave.
Dude, I'm really liking it. I got to be honest, man. Interesting Dave's fine. Welcome anytime. Salty Dave's pretty fire. Not gonna lie.
Fuck interesting Dave. This guy's great.
Fuck interesting Dave.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you're cute, but no thanks.
Oh, get it.
You didn't even think about it. That's a little bit painful. But
How do I follow up on that? I don't. Well, the Giants have the best pass rush in the game by far. Actually, if they can get to Mahomes and contain him, Giants have a chance to win. I don't think they can do it the whole week, or the whole game. So I'm going to go Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs as well for all the reasons. The NFL's rigged, and also they're just a much better team in general. All right, final one here. We got a couple more questions, boy. We got 5 minutes to kick off. Let's get it. Baltimore hosting Detroit, the actual game of the week. This is on Monday Night Football. Going to be a lot of fun. The Ravens are a touchdown favorite at home.
If Dave's interesting, he'd be the only one that took Detroit, I think.
I am not that interesting. I do think it'll be a good game. I think, Detroit gets a lot of knocks on the road. I think they're going to show up this week, though. I've got Baltimore.
Outdoor golf, not good.
Yes, I have Baltimore as well.
Yeah, if this game was in Detroit, I'd actually go Detroit. I think it's going to be a great game. I'll take the Lions points. Ravens win. Let's get a handful of questions, guys, we got going. Deke, I will give you a pass if you'd like to help out Styles. If you want to throw together a little mix and match from the thread, you're welcome to.
It's the late game. It's 4:25 game. We have time.
Oh, they all are? Okay, great. Never mind. Cool. Let's get into it here. Derek, you want to introduce this one real quick?
Yeah, anchor down, my boy Cam.
Is that 4-0? 4-0 for Vandy. Yes.
They'll be 5-0.
I struggle with it.
They'll be 5-0 coming off a bye against Alabama. That'll be where we determine if they're playoff contenders or not.
I'll take Vandy over Alabama any day. I struggle with it every week. Super flex, 6-point touchdown. Bryce Young or Pollard? To make it quick,
Bryce Young.
Gotta go.
Bryce Young, dirty, trashy, garbage time.
Yeah, I don't think Bryce Young gets right this week. Atlanta made J.J. McCarthy miserable last week. I think their pass rush is legit. I'm going to go with Pollard here.
Yeah, I've got to go with the quarterback. I think Pollard has a decent game, but give me the quarterback.
Me too. Falcons win the game. Bryce Young has a nice pop. Anchor down. Whoa, language.
Yeah,
Cam.
my boy.
This is a family show, Cam.
You know,
Anchor the football down.
When you put up 70,
That's right.
You know, you're allowed.
Fine. We get 2 F-bombs. We always give Styles 1, so we have 1 left, and that's fine. All right. Anything else for the questions here? Last couple. Think we're good. Savage, thank you. Hiram, good morning. Slipped in right at the right time. Jay Warren, Dobbins, Pollard, PPR.
Warren.
Warren. Sorry, Matt.
I like it.
It's pick 2, right?
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
And Warren.
Yeah, I'll throw Pollard in there as well.
Yeah, Warren and Pollard for me. Warren and Pollard for me as well.
I like it. I'm going to go Warren and Pollard. Back 9. Njigba, the Njigba barbecue pizza flu. Jordan flu game had me dying. Had a good week, boys. All right, brother. Best of luck, everybody. We are out of here. Thank you so much. Tune in every single Sunday for the Sunday Start Sit show right here on the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. Gentlemen, feel free to stay on the line if you'd like to so we could talk behind the scenes, set these rosters. We are going to get out of here, boys. We got 3 minutes to kick off. Any final words?
Yeah, 2 quick things. If you haven't had barbecue pizza, have it, and anchor the fuck down.
Oh, Deke coming in hot. Deke coming in hot.
My boy Cam. We got to hang together.
You guys enjoy your football. Take care, everybody. We are out of here.
That's it.